We love hip
Just
hop.
a few. Not too many.
All right, so let's have a conversation, man. Listen, we're a hip hop network, but like I love to really explore all different sides of the Black diaspora. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I got this email from a brother Kevin talking about the AFRONATION
Yes.
festival.
Yeah.
Right, going down August 19th and 20th.
Correct.
Right?
In Detroit.
In Detroit.
Yeah.
See, that's the thing that I love about this before I even get into the intro, because Detroit and Toronto, we're like cousins. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We're like right next to each other, like right after Windsor. So it's definitely something that I feel that our audience will be interested in.
Okay.
So with no further ado, we have Smade and Josh from AFRONATION in the building. And thank you for coming through, gentlemen.
Thank
Pleasure.
you. Thank you.
What I want to do, I want to just talk about the event and some of the organizations to the event and everything like that, just to give the people, associated with what's going on, right? There's Burner Boy who's going to be performing, Davido,
Yeah.
right? And that's on the stage day 1 and day 2,
Correct.
on the main stage.
Yeah.
There's also something called the Piano People stage.
Correct.
Explain that to me.
So Piano People is basically our brand that basically showcases talent from South Africa.
Mm-hmm.
So we have the main DJs and talent obviously out from there.
Okay.
So that's Mafarisa, DJ Mafarisa, Uncle Waffles, Major League DJs,
Mm-hmm.
that type of talent. Yeah, I
Okay.
mean, that top tier talent.
That's dope. That's dope. And also, you got a lot of hip hop going on in there too, like hip hop and R&B. I see Ari Lennox going to be performing, Coyle Ray, Kiz Daniel, Lotto.
Masego.
Yeah. So, how is it that? Because you're going to have a whole bunch of different audiences in there. So this is more than just an Afro beats type of show then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a mesh of the culture. So
Okay.
we want to obviously give a platform, do you know what I mean, to everyone. Do you know what I mean? Everyone within the scene, do you know what I mean, to be able to come to our show and perform.
Yeah.
Basically, every lover of Black music,
Yeah.
or of culture, so we give them the opportunities, to also showcase their talent.
Mhm.
So it's not necessarily Nigerian or Ghanaians, it's different parts of the world as well, like Africans in Africa and Africans, in the diaspora.
Yeah.
So we just want to bring everyone together as one, celebrate our beautiful culture.
That's dope, man.
Yeah.
And even with the whole show together, like being in Detroit, you have some local acts and everything also doing some openings earlier in the day type thing.
Correct. So we've got Ebony Riley,
Okay.
who's a Detroit native.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's going to be very, very much fun having her on the show. She's very, very much excited.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a great experience.
And just for somebody like myself from the outside I just want to be educated on this. Like, is this the first one that is? Because I went on the website and I seen that they have one in Portugal coming up, right? In 2024.
We've just done the one in Portugal this year over the weekend, and we had to jump straight on the flight, to try and, network, meet people like yourself, and get the ground ready for, what's coming, AFRONATION Detroit 2023,
Right.
which is in a month's time, basically.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
we work, way ahead of time. We plan, we get our lineups ready in time before we even announce sometimes.
Yeah.
So yeah.
How long does it take? Like you say, like you get your everything done ahead of time, but like give us a gauge of like how long it takes to put together a festival like that. Because there's a lot of people performing, man. There's a lot of bells and whistles, as they say, to put something like this together. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I mean, I'm part of the bookings team, so I'll map out what's called the talent. I'll show that obviously to Smade and to our other founder Obi Asika.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have a look at it and then we'll start plotting out and just literally get it booked.
Yeah.
But I would say the benefit that we have is that we've got relationships obviously with these artists, so we're able just to, as I said, one phone call away just to be like, are you interested in doing this?
Yeah.
Make it quick, and then we get it locked in.
That's dope.
Yeah. So on my side, like I would say the first one probably took us us going to the site, to go check it out, festival before we decide, to announce it. And we did that for literally every single city or country we've been to. And then it'll probably take about 6 months, in total to put everything together.
Wow. Wow.
Sometimes longer, but now as, the festival is getting stronger. We had over 40,000 in Portugal.
Wow.
Just a couple of days ago. And that started off with 20,000. The first one we ever did was about 20,000, just over 20,000. And now we've doubled that, even despite the pandemic, So, it's become pretty much, easier because we've managed to build partnerships on ground. We have people on ground that, they're also invested in this, as this also helps local communities, across board. It helps the local creatives, the artists. It helps everyone in the industry. It helps the security system.
Yeah.
It helps the fashion industry as all the shopping malls gets busy and slammed to people. So it's a mixed culture, basically, for everywhere we go to. We sell to over 140 countries around the world.
Wow.
So it's a strong community that travels. So it's like a destination festival.
Yeah.
A lot of people from London, from Africa, from Australia will be looking forward to come to Detroit,
How many,
exciting.
Sorry to interrupt you, but how many of them, like, I'm out of the loop, man. Like, this is the first one that I'm knowing about, but the way it sounds like there's been multiple, like, how many years has this been going on? And when's the first one? We launched
the first one in 2019.
Okay.
And yes, the first one was in Portugal, which was our birth, and it's so spiritual now to us because it grows, that's our main AFRONATION, birthplace.
Yeah.
And then we decided to go to Ghana the same year, in December. And that was like about 4 or 5 months after the first one, just to impact those on ground in Africa as well.
Yeah.
And Ghana was doing something called Year of the Return, which gave room for a lot of foreigners and people from, the diasporan, space to come in.
A lot of Americans.
Yeah, so we had a lot of people, pull up in Ghana in 2019, which was amazing. And this following year, we
Puerto Rico.
We did Portugal again, and then we had Ghana lined up, and then we had Puerto Rico. We've been to Miami. We were in Miami in May.
Nice.
We had Wizkid and Burna Boy shut that down as headliners. And we've been to Puerto Rico. So we've done Puerto Rico twice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we've been around. So we operate in different parts of the world, in Africa, in Europe, now in the USA, and hopefully very soon we'll be in Canada.
That's dope, man.
Yeah.
And just to dig into like the financial part of this, right? Like, you got huge acts on there, right? And there's like, I'm looking at the flyer. I'm looking at maybe about 4 dozen acts, right? I'm sure everybody's not getting paid on the same scale, but in a total, with the hotels, everything else, around how much does one of these events usually cost to put on, man? Big salute to the sponsors, Diamond Club, with delivery all over the GTA and now all across Canada. They got the best selection of flour, edibles, and pens, and all types of goodies that you need. You can find them on their Instagram page, _Canada, or you can find them on the 7 Days of Weed app, as well as the Leafy Things app. Let them know that you heard about them through the We Love Hip Hop Network, and they may give you a discount. Big salute to Diamond Club. Cheer!
It costs a lot. Do you know what I mean? It does cost a lot.
Ballpark. Like, is it over 100 mil or under 100 mil?
I wouldn't even mention any figure right here. I think what's important to see here is how long this has been going on for.
Yeah.
How much work we have put into this. I'm the co-founder, and I've been in the industry for almost 20 years since I moved to the UK from Africa.
Right.
And my business partner is also the co-founder, Obi Asika. who has also been in the industry for so long and built so much relationships and resources for himself, is now the head of UTA. That's United Talent Agency. And, you know, man, 5 years ago, like, he had over 150 acts, you know, and Josh was part of, you know, that team at that time. So me personally, I've done every single Afrobeat concert, you know, that you've seen out there, you know, like from Wizkid, you know, from a very small club, 300 capacity, to selling out the O2 Arena, over 20,000 people each day for back-to-back for 3 days. And now we're doing stadiums, to Davido, Adekunle Gold, you know, Timaya, you know, even Diamond Platinum from East Africa. You know, we've invested so much over time, you know, into all of these acts, the businesses, built a lot of relationships, which is key to where we are right now. So it's not actually about the money. It's not about the figures. It's the weight of the festival. It's what it carries. The great talents behind it. The great creative skills behind it. The great people like Josh, like our CFO, a lady, Natasha, head of brand, men, you know, the social media managers, the full team, the production team, people behind the cameras, the people working on artist liaison, you know, accreditation. There's a whole lot of, you know, great people, talented people, skillful people that put in so much weight, you know, to make AFRONATION the very good quality festival that it is, that makes a lot of artists want to be a part of, you know, because if I was an artist, I want to perform, you know, a world-class global stage.
Oh, for sure.
Like AFRONATION. And I must say that AFRONATION is, since the 4 years that it's been created, it's the biggest vessel for Afrobeats right now, and Amapiano music. You know, it's representing us and, you know, carrying the flag and, you know, taking this to the next level.
Yeah.
Because, you know, the live shows and live performances is what we've missed for a very long time. And AFRONATION is doing that right now. And thankfully, social media has been very powerful too, you know, with the likes of, you know, all the streaming platforms, the Apple Music, you know, Spotify, Audiomack. And then when you come think about the Instagrams, the Twitters, the TikToks. In fact, your song can blow under 24 hours with the use of TikTok. You know, that's how strong it is, no matter where you are in the world. You know, and that's something that's making Afrobeats really strong. You know, outside that, you know, it's a beautiful genre. You know, it's all good vibes, you know, beautiful people, fashion, you know, people just having a good time, really.
And you mentioned like 2019 is when you started, right? Thank you, man. 2019 is when you started, right? But 2020, the whole world shut down.
Yeah.
And this is a festival. How did that affect y'all?
It was a tough season for us all because everyone had to obviously learn how to adapt. Do you know what I mean? In this new kind of like season, you can't put anything out. You can't, you know, create anything. So all you can look to do is obviously just plan for the future and look at your next steps. Do you know what I mean? In terms of things you can do when we actually do open. Do you know what I mean? But I'll let Smade obviously tell his piece on that as well.
Oh, my piece. As a co-founder and the face and the relationship guy that has been in the culture for almost 20 years, I was the one everyone was like attacking on social media, you know. But the greatest thing that happened to us that we didn't break, you know, we stuck together, you know. The team got even stronger and we planned together. We were almost on the calls for every day, you know, literally 5 times a week. We stuck together, you know, and it was really tough times. A lot of people were already depressed, and I'm talking about the world, you know, not just us. So we have to understand people's feelings. We have to understand, you know, the importance of us staying and sticking together, you know, and helping each other, you know, mentally, you know, that was a tough time for everybody in the world, I must say. But we managed to overcome, you know, everything, which is the greatest thing ever. And another reason why the festival has grown stronger is because it's come back from that period, from that pandemic, you know, where everybody thought we would never come back, because the backlash of that was really bad. So we survived it, which is the most important thing, and we've delivered about 3 or 4 AFRONATION festivals since the pandemic. We've done Portugal, we've done Ghana, we've done Miami, and we've just done Portugal again. Nice. So, and all of this has just increased in numbers over time. The first ever Portugal show was 20,000, like I said, and now we've just done over 40,000.
40,000.
You know, and the next one coming up next year in Portugal, we've started selling tickets already. We haven't even released the lineup.
Yeah.
We just put it out there. These are the dates, you know, and people have already started buying tickets, which is showing that we are building a community, you know, beyond the music, you know, beyond everything. It's like we've now created a diverse, you know, playground for everybody to link up.
Yeah.
For everybody to experience, for everyone to enjoy good music, for everybody to network, for everybody to enjoy the culture and food and exchange, you know, different cultures from everywhere or whatever parts of the world you've come from. We sell to 140 countries, 140 countries around the world, which is really strong.
No, that's dope, man. And you know, this is going to be going down once again August 19th and 20th. You know what I'm saying? 20th. What can we look forward to that weekend? Like, you know, just to get everybody prepared and hyped up for that weekend. What's some of the biggest highlights that y'all, you know, from past experiences that we can look forward to coming up that weekend?
Well, for this show, we're going to have a series of events, obviously, leading up to the show. We're going to have a Motown special, which is going to be amazing and a great experience. We'll have a collaboration going on with some local partners also as well, with like their own brand and a side show. And then we'll have a panel talk. So we'll have key people within the industry that will sit on a panel, and we will literally just talk about the culture, where we're at, things that we can do moving forward, and what the future actually looks like, I mean, for us as well. And then obviously we then lead on to the main festival, which will happen obviously on August 19th and the 20th. Headliners Burna Boy and David, and that's going to be, as I said, a movie and something to definitely remember.
And to add to that, you know, what Josh just said, the experience. The experience is just not something you can just understand on social media. You need to be there to feel the good vibes. You need to be there to feel, to connect, you know, to understand what AFRONATION is really, you know. An example is 50 Cent. You know, I grew up watching 50 Cent, and he had a very fantastic performance. And that was my first time seeing him, by the way, and I was having goosebumps, you know. He could still deliver, and that was really shocking. And he posted it up on his social media that, look, you need to be there to feel it, you know, and that's that's the biggest selling point, you know, the experience, you know, what you get from it is priceless. You know, since Portugal, a couple of days ago, I've just been getting a lot of thank yous and, you know, people appreciating us creating this. So this is a big movement that, you know, we want to invite everyone to, you know, to tell their friend, to tell your friend, to tell their friends, you know, and bring your guys, come link up, have a good time, just love, you know, dress cool, You know, we allow people to celebrate themselves, to be themselves. You know, this is you finding your, you know, your DNA and the way to, you know, to knowing who you are really, you know.
No, I'm looking forward to that weekend, man. I might have to make a trip over to Detroit and join into the festivities. You know what I'm saying?
You have to be there.
Yeah,
you just definitely have to be there, and we got you covered.
Oh,
thank you for doing this.
Yo, so let the people know how they can get their tickets and, you know, all the ways that they can communicate with you guys.
Okay, so all updates you can find on afronation.us.
Okay.
The ticket link obviously will be in the bio as well. You can get your tickets there, definitely. But we'll have so many updates, do you know what I mean, in terms of what's going on, do you know what I mean, within Detroit.
Dope. And Smade, what about the social medias and stuff?
So my personal one is at I am Smade. You know, and I'm the African King, by the way. Check it out on Google. It'll tell you. So yeah, that's just me. You know, and not to bore you. You know, it's not just strictly Afrobeats and Amapiano music. We play hip hop, R&B. We have DJs on rotation. So you don't think you don't understand this and you're not coming. I think if you come, you get to learn more and know more about, you know, the culture and this movement, you know. So I always, because this is a hip hop platform, right? So you just have to speak to people and let them know that, you know, this is a festival for all.
It's for everybody.
It's not just, you know, because it's Afrobeats and I'm a piano, you're not interested. I just mentioned we had 50 Cent. You know, we've had Popcorn.
You got Lotto performing.
A lot.
I want to see Lotto and Coil Ray, all these people. Come on, bro. That's big.
It's big.
Yeah.
You know,
for the hip hop, for sure.
It's for everyone.
Yeah.
It's for everyone.
No, that's dope. And the social media for Afro Nation, is there a social media?
Social media for Afro Nation is afronation.us.
Okay.
You know, and that goes across all social media platforms. You know, we have for other Afro Nation, we have for Africa, we have for Portugal, but for this AFRONATION Detroit 2023, you know, check out at afronation.us on all social media platforms. Yeah.
Dope. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you so much.
I'm looking forward to it. August 19th and 20th in Detroit.
Yep.
Afro Nation. Josh, Smade in the building.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate y'all coming
through.
Love
you, bro. Thank you.
Thank you.
Respect.
We love hip hop.